Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special video. Today we are taking a look at the first impressions of The Sinking City, a game that was just released a few hours ago, and it's actually the game that I've been looking forward to the most this year. It is a game, a detective slash horror game, heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft and made by the creators of some of the Sherlock Holmes games. And I actually really like them, so I have high hopes, especially after the very disappointing Call of Cthulhu game last year. Hopefully this is a bit better. It promises an open world detective game with a lot of, Lovecraft and Cthulhu vibes, so let's dive into this. Before this though, this is not going to be a series. Again, this is just going to be a first impressions video, and if you want to see a review of this, because I'm going to review this after I complete this, please head on over to the Kanoa Reviews channel. You can find the link to that channel in the description down below, and I do all sorts of reviews there. I just did a review of A Way Out and Battlefield Hardline, and we'll also do a review of The Sinking City and Warhammer 40k Dawn of War very soon, so please go take a look there. Also, if you have the time, please take a look at some of my other channels. I have a Star Wars Battlefront 2 focused channel, the old classic one, where I do mod and map reviews. You can also suggest maps and mods to do there, or a Minecraft adventure channel called Minecraft with Max. You can find that in the description down as well, where I do Minecraft adventures with friends and etc. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this started. Again, I do know that detective games are not that popular on the channel. That is why I decided not to make a series of this. But again, it's just a first impressions video. It's just one video, and it's also to let people know, to go to the Kanoa Reviews channel, because, my actual review of this game will be uploaded there. So we got here, Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you there to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. Very Dutch name there. I already played this a little bit. He's not voiced by an actual Dutch person, which is a shame. We are in Distraught. I'm a big fan of the Call of Cthulhu games. I played the original one, which is great for the first 3 hours or so, and then it becomes an absolute mess. And the Call of Cthulhu game, oh, look at that, they're all changing. Ugh. And the Call of Cthulhu game that was released last year was only fun for the first hour, and then not. Oh, look at that. We got an outer body or body experience. Oh dear, we are on a cliff. Oh, look at that. Man, I just love like Cthulhu-esque designs. There are not enough games that use them. Bloodborne is one of them. Vanishing of Ethan Carter is one of them. What did that say? It said something in red. Oh no, don't! Descent into madness. Alright, and here we are. I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff because I pre-ordered the game. And here we go. So, let's first check this out. So here we actually get some coil springs, some shell casings, so some materials for crafting. Here we got our gun.
Hope I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Let's see, that's the letter we received. Here we got a camera, and the camera you can actually... Here we go, choose here. I wasn't sure what that is in the beginning, but that looks like the picture, the camera icon, so... There you go. Photo of a trophy plate.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Now, if you go through the camera, you can actually walk around in first person, but it's, of course, kind of annoying. It's a shame you cannot really change to first person camera like you could in the Sherlock Holmes games. But oh well.
Now get out.
Oh, very friendly sailor.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet
Again,
you
that's not a
on
Dutch
your
accent.
ride.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
The flood? Is this a Halo sequel?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Oh, what would that be? Where's this Robert
How
Throgmorton?
can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
You do too with your golden suit. Oh, what is he like?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A
Oh,
man
this
of
place is
great
big, huh?
ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
Yeah, I need somewhere to stay.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do I get there?
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too
By
kind,
boat?
Johannes.
How big is this
Steer me
place?
towards the Devil's Reef.
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
What do you do here
How
exactly?
do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
He's got a point there.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
Though
No.
some people might also...
The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Some people might also
Don't
argue that
worry
religion...
about that.
is something you
I'm
would
the
tend
kind
to
of man who finds you.
in a time of hardship. Alright, let's see what we got here on the map. So we are here. I guess these are docks 3, 2, and 1. Here's the boat at the port. Look how big this is. That's probably where we're going to stay. Look at all these moats. This is very big. I'm very excited to explore all of this. Oh my god, what in God's name? It is Cthulhu already. Ooh, take a picture of that. Yeah, that is... I don't know if that octopuses get that big here. Ooh. Alright, what do we got here? Under the Q bar, exit. Oh, who is this Michael Jackson dude with a personal umbrella holder? Is this the Throckmorton?
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Does he look like a monkey?
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Oh my god, your features are unusual. I think that might set him up, so... let's not do that. What do you know about the visions? That's what I came here for.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Okay, sorry. What happened to your son?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I feel like I'm in the Planet of the Apes game. Who are these, Innsmouthers?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city.
Oh, damn.
The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Ugh, very elitist. Alright, let me try and find Albert then.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera? Oh, Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Tell me more about the
I
case.
need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where is this
Where's the
house?
house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye.
Oh.
I was standing right in front of it.
My bad. Where's the lifeboat?
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Okay, now I won't go
As much
into
as I'm enjoying
futures.
the weather, Mr. Throgmorton. It's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Since I'm, you know, kind of known with things like the other Call of Cthulhu games, I know that the whole Cthulhu mythos and stuff is a lot about fishmen, right? The fishing harbors or fishing towns, and then, you know, half man, half fish. So that might be also something why he looks like that. So this is the house, so we'll check that in a bit.
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay, so to the left we go. I just love this world. There's so few game companies that make this. And again, I'm a huge fan of detective games, you know, H.P. Lovecraft games. And just not many people, you know, make games like that. Whoa! Sharky did not do so well. Oh my goodness. What is that? What, like... Ew. If you have that, like, fear of holes, you should not look at this. Also, what is this creature? Or like a skunk? This is the fence beach? Oh, this should be the boat, right? Yeah.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Let's talk to these people first.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Also, one thing that I thought was very cool is, you know, being that most of the Cthulhu or detective games are quite low budget, they're usually also very limited to your moving space. But here, I was very surprised that you could just go into the water and even swim, but you will be eaten after a while by, like, eels or something, so you will die. Oh, we got here. Very old school diving helmet.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Let's see. Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There is... We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. In the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. And then I'll read it. He's here. Again, the whole, like, with Cthulhu is that the mere sight of the old ones is enough to make a man go mad. And I think in one of the games it also talks about how he keeps seeing visions of these creatures, these, you know, unspeakable horrors. And so one of the people cuts his eyes out because, you know, he keeps on seeing them. But then the funny thing is that then afterward, of course, you see him in your mind because, you know, he has no eyes, so It's the same thing like if you go to sleep, you dream about stuff. Let's see.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Oh, what we got here? I think the game also looks very nice.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
It's nothing like special out of the ordinary, but again, it's I am glad that, smaller studios, again, it's by Frogware, can get good engines. I think it's on the Unreal Engine, and just make games really pretty and atmospheric. Like, my first impressions up until now are very, very positive. Oh, what is this? Oh my god, all the fish. But then again, Call of Cthulhu, the one of last year, also started it like that. It basically was, the first hour was detective work, and then after that it just became a stealth, like a crappy stealth game with crappy mechanics.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Oh, first of all, we got blood here.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Who's this?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I think you can, again, like, the game looks nice in terms of, like, effects and textures and blah, blah. I think you can really tell that this is made by a smaller studio or a lower budget because of, like, the lack of facial expressions. But that's fine. That's not a big deal for me. Who are you, first of all?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was out of starve.
So the Innsmouth, so that guy, what was his name? He's one of those fishermen, right?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much.
Lewis.
Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was
Was it
outside
Barry?
on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar.
Yep, I got the same nightmare. Yeah, who's this K? I guess it's like their deity.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Where are the
Where
others?
are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
What happened to Paul?
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, K, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Oh, it's like Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't go to sleep. Oh my goodness. We'll check him in a little bit. Hold on. Let's check this room first. Oh, look at that. reflection of ours, so we are not a vampire. What? Picture. Ooh. What we got here? Alright, let's take a look. Oh my god, he got messed up.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
What is that? So here you can actually see, if you look on the bottom left, next to the red HP bar, there's an insanity meter. So ever since the first Call of Cthulhu, this has been a thing where if you look at like shocking things, your insanity meter depletes. Amnesia also took that over. It's also in Call of Cthulhu, the game of last year. So that's a big thing. Again, like seeing too many stuff and, you know, losing your mind is a big thing here. So what we got here?
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually quite tame. What we got here? Ooh, spooky ritual knife thing.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Oh, that's one of those fishmen, right? Something in the back?
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Lewis's room. So yeah, it is Lewis. That is the fish guy. Mind's Eye. Press Q to activate. Use Mind's Eye whenever you see distortion in the corners of the screen and hear a ringing sound. It may reveal images of the past, illusions, omens, or tracks. Okay. Ah. Gesundheit? Oh, this is that room. What is this? Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough evidence on the scene and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Okay. That's kind of ironic. That's actually also in the game that was released last year. Again, there was some confusion. Oh.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
There was some confusion last year because, you know, the Sinking City, it was already well known that a Cthulhu game was on its way. And then all of a sudden there were two, and it's like, okay, which one is the good one? And again, as I said, the one of last year,
5 cards short of a full house,
was not the one I hoped for. So I hope this one is. Again, it is a studio that has made some pretty good stuff before. I like Sherlock Holmes. And,
Take this, ape face.
I'm throwing a barrel. I like Sherlock Holmes and Jack the Ripper. And Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I play that too.
Yeah, run!
This is very bright, first of all. Let's see, so I have to do it in order? No, there's one more here.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
So this is what we saw earlier, right? So this should, probably because of the first one, this shouldn't be too difficult. So this is number 1, because he like wakes up, goes outside.
What's happening?
Then like kills Paul.
Take this, ape face.
I guess ape face because he's a Throgmorton.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Mind Palace. Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence, crucial information for the case. It's added to the casebook. Deductions. These explains nuances of the case. They are displayed in the mind palace. Some deductions can be interpreted differently. This can lead to different conclusions. Discover all possible conclusions to fully understand the case, but it's up to you how to solve it. Okay. Key evidence collected. All evidence collected. Okay. You can actually turn that off to where it doesn't say you got all the evidence. Let's see. Okay, so this is actually also similar like how they did some of the Sherlock Holmes games. So, he was mad as well. So here we go. So we have first thing here, and then there's like a follow-up. So the fisherman suffered a sudden... Okay, like that. So Albert spread hysteria around him. Albert Throckmorton spread some sort of psychic influence, which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. Oh. Wait, why do I still have that now? Albert fled after he was wounded. Lewis... Albert attacked, and he shot. No. Albert fled from the... No. Are in an ongoing feud. No, okay. Well... Maybe that's why he shot without warning? As an Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throckmortons. That could be a reason to hate them. Aha! Ah, look at that. Okay, now we have now I have a little less. Don't worry, I will only do one more and then we'll continue. Let's see. Albert fled when wounded. Albert attacked a fisherman. It could also be that I don't have the one required here. Maybe it's unstable and attacked one too. Yeah. Albert Throckmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Alright. Albert fled when wounded. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. I probably mean this. I don't know if I like this mechanic. Again, I like to do detective work the old school ways of finding clues. Relying on like supernatural vision is not something I'm a fan of. Maybe we can actually talk to... I still cannot talk to you?
I've said everything I know.
No. Can I talk to you, Mr. Throckmorton? Oh, the will.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Goodbye. Okay, so let's... Hold on. Let's check the map. So, we're here. Again, dock 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, let's continue on. Let's see what we can find. Dock 3. Buy fresh fish. It doesn't look very fresh, I can tell you that much. Another tentacle. Ugh. Oh, who we got here? Hello? Sir? Ma'am?
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
No thanks. What do we got here? Ooh. The sea is scary though. Like the dark depths. Ugh. I also remember one of my first encounters with like a Lovecraftian Cthulhu-esque thing was a free map or mod for Crisis, which is actually very cool. Very well made. I think that was like 7 or 8 years ago when I played that. And on the CryEngine, that of course was a, you know, a big graphic fidelity. What do we got here? Under the keel bar, exit. Actually, well, hold on. So it says I should use my supernatural sense to track him down, right? So hold on. So let's go back to... So, where's that hole? So he jumped out of here, right? Whoa, what is all that? Oh, there, look, he's running. Oh, whoa, hold on. What is this? Oh, it's pointing. Ooh, this is trippy. Okay, I envisioned this a little bit different than, Oh my god. What is this? Oh, hello. This is like that movie 23 with Jim Carrey. Oh.
So the fisherman pursued Albert. Even let off a few shots.
Okay, that was the guy we saw with the gun then. That's why he was so big. I thought that was Mr. Throgmorton for a moment, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
I just noticed now, my insanity goes down, or my sanity goes down if I, do that for too long, I guess. Yeah, look, it goes down slowly. That's fine. Let's actually check this out. There's a door there. Before we check that out, let's see if we can... God, I don't know, I'm so intrigued by this world. I just want to explore. I want to do everything. I've said this multiple times before, I'm a big fan of detective games as long as it all happens in real time. I don't need the points and click detective games. Not a fan of those. I also love how all the buildings are like enterable without loading screens. Very cool. Oh! What we got here? No. What is that? Oh, it's a pocket.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people, and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week, and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. Oh? Who's this? The bar. So he's talking about the Underkeep bar, or whatever it's called, right? New Mind Palace clue. Hold on. What is this Mind Palace clue? I love this Mind Palace. I love this, like, deduction and puzzling. What we got here? Albert Flint when wounded. Bar owners indebted. I don't know if this doesn't really say anything about... Yeah, no. Again, it's only 3, so you can't even connect them all.
And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Well, it certainly would suggest that where we need to go is downstairs, so... Before we do that, let's explore. Nope. Where does this go? It's like a conveyor belt. Okay, no. It's also not where we're supposed to go. Spooky. I wonder how actually scary it's gonna be. Again, it's supposed to be also a bit of a horror thing. The original Call of Cthulhu actually did have some scary stuff with like a little girl. Padlocks. Padlocks and weak plants can be broken with a shot or melee attack. So melee is this. We have a shovel. Oh. Gunpowder coil spring shell casings. There we go. Oh! Well now. Oh, what is that? Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Reload. Can it go through the door? Oh, it certainly can. Oh. Oh. Well, it dies in one hit. What is it? It's disgusting. That's what that is. Ugh.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Oh, that's him. That's Albert. Key evidence found. Is this a... All evidence collected. Is this a whale? Ugh. Oh. Are you dead? Hmm? Yeah, you are. That was quick. Getting the monsters in. Didn't expect it to do that so quickly. Again, I hope this doesn't make the game now an action game. I hope it sticks true to its roots and still remains a detective game. See, that's where the very first Call of Cthulhu game went wrong. Where the first 2 or 3 hours were super cool, super tense as you were like unraveling this mystery in this little town. And then it just became an action game. It was absolutely frustrating. Mind Palace. Yeah, that's what it's saying to me. Mind Palace. Okay, so here we go. So, Lewis left the crime scene. Lewis pursued Albert. Albert fled when wounded. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton, rather than just drive him off. Oh. I keep getting out. Albert was murdered. And then Albert Throgmorton was shot in the head, impaled onto hooks, and then you leave. No, okay. Bar owner, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no. However, Lewis left the owner of the local bar in the port owes Lewis money. Lewis. Oh, well that's easy. I already did this, so... Ha! Lewis the Innsmouther that killed Albert Throgmorton may be hiding at the bar in Oakmore Port. Alright. Let's go there then. Actually, maybe we should go to Mr. Throgmorton first to tell him the bad news. I mean, again, I don't mind the action or the monsters. Again, as long as it's like, you know, it keeps it detective-like. Oh, let's, before we tell the tragic, let's talk about the strange creatures first.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Oh, well, I am very glad that he acknowledges it and that it's just a thing that's accepted in this town. That makes it a bit, better. Huh.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
Yeah, sorry.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Well, hold on. We don't know yet if it's Lewis, right? I cannot be sure yet. Hold on.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirtbag and I'll help you with anything you need.
Okay. We saw a sign earlier, right? Yeah, exactly. This sign here. Under the keel bar. Let's see in the thing. So we were just here. The thing there was 3. So here's 2. And you also have port 1. Bar under the keel. A lovely little area.
Oh. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Oh, I need a drink. Ah, look at this area. Very, cozy. You can almost smell the fish. Ugh.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Who's this here? Hello?
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're
what?
some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see
jeez.
many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
1 bullet? I only have 5. Well, you better tell me something good then.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Okay, this girl be crazy. Give me a whiskey.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
No drinks? I see some other creatures. I guess I got the same thing. I need to find Lewis Flynn.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Ugh. Let's see. You want him gone? I can help.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr.
Ooh.
Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with them once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
Seen some insane creature. I get. Nah.
Bye.
So no drinks? That's a little. Do you have something behind the counter? I hope you don't mind. I expect your kitchen here. Ooh, stealing from the old man. Now I am a convict too. A criminal. Let's see. It's upstairs, right? What is this? Oh wait, I don't have my camera out. Ooh la la! Oh, it's all vintage. Huh. Who are you? Are you the fish guy?
What the? Get the... Oh.
No, I have the key, of course. Let's see. That's the door. Nothing here. No. Alright, let's go.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Whoa! Ooh!
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Well, hold on. Let's, before we all just...
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Really? Okay. How did it all happen?
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Okay, so he did do it, but like he was like not himself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
Yeah, I thought this was already established.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, The Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I mean, look deliberate? I don't know.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I mean, he still did it, but like...
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
What? Bribing? No.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
New mind play palace clue. Okay, hold on. All evidence collected. Here we go. Another mind palace thing. So, what we got? Lewis was affected. Lewis was affected by hysteria, and then Albert was murdered. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert Thornton. Lewis was mentally affected and couldn't entirely control his actions. No, he was mentally affected. What is this now? Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus cannot be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. Okay, how do I do that, though? Also, I don't know, like... Throgmorton does want to... let's see. Do you have anything new? No.
Bye.
Throgmorton does have information that I need, of course, about the visions, right? Let's see. It's funny, too. If I actually cover up for him, I should have maybe taken the bullets. Oh, here we go. The murderer's dead. The murderer's at the bar.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Oh wow, good lie.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beasts. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Yeah, source of my visions.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions. And I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Any link?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calming from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Any discoveries?
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert is...
Ah, yeah, that explains the lifeboat.
Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed.
Ooh, don't get him mad.
Don't speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work
very nice.
here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Okay, what we got here? 4 things. A revolver. And 1 knowledge point. So you can actually see here. Skills. We got mind, vigor. Carry 7 more pistol rounds. That's a good one. Acquire. Carry 1 more first aid kit. 3 more rifle. Let's do mind. Carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. That's a good one. Oops. New case. Lost at sea. Let's see. I think that the... Yeah, the port is here. To the left. Uh-oh. Oh no, Cthulhu's coming to get me! I have another outer body experience. Oh my god. Oh, it was all a dream. We have not even set sail yet. Or I'm in a hotel. Robert Throckmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throckmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throckmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. Okay, so I guess we are in the hotel. Mr. Reed, oh, note from Johannes van den Berg. It seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throckmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time, Johannes. Alright, guys, and I think this is a good time to stop this first impression videos. If you did like it and you do want to see more, do let me know. I assume most of you won't, because again, I know that the detective genre is not very popular. But again, if you want to see the review, please go and check the Konoha Reviews channel. You can find the link in the description down below. And if you want to see more content like Star Wars, Battlefront 2 mod reviews, or Minecraft adventure maps, then please check out those channels as well in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.